So these tree pullers, they work really well, especially if you have a whole lot of small stuff, maybe a little thicker than you want to use a brush hog for, or maybe you just can't afford a brush hog, because brush hogs are significantly more expensive than a tree puller like this. Brush hog's going to probably be about 6 times more expensive than one of these guys if you buy it straight through the dealer. Now, I really do like this. It's a simplistic design. This arm, it's welded straight and rigid. This arm is the one that pivots, so it's just the one hydraulic ram. That's all it is. As long as you protect your hoses, it's a pretty stout little tool. So, I mean, as you saw on my last video, I broke it because the hoses were too short. So I just took those hoses to Napa, and I just had Napa buy me, or buy me, it would be nice if Napa would have bought them for me. I just had Napa go ahead and make 2 new hoses. It took about 20 minutes, so kind of nice. And then I've kind of just rigged up this little ghetto rig of just cheap bungee straps to keep them up and from pinching. Because if you just have this laying down here, what's going to happen is when you bring this up, what usually happens is right here, it's going to pinch in between your ram and your actual implement. So you got to find some way to manage those hoses. If you know a better way to manage them other than just a bungee strap, please leave a comment. You know, tell me what you've done to manage your hydraulic hoses. Or if you haven't and you try this and it works for you, let me know. Be very curious to see how many other people are running with just bungee cords or string. What's really nice about the bungee cords though is they have a lot of flexibility in them. So if I were to just use string, more likely than not, I'd end up just breaking the string or the rope. So the bungee cords, depending on what kinds you have, you know, they have enough give to where it'll pull the hoses up, but if you actually need it, it will give you that slack. So it is what it is. Let me know what you think about it. But I think I'm just going to go maybe pull up a few more trees just because it's baby nap time and I got the time. So, I don't know. I'm just, again, this is a great tool for starting to clean up your property. If you buy a new piece of property and a skid steer, this is probably something you're going to want soon too. It works really well against small cedar trees. So I know a lot of people out in Oklahoma, cedar trees are a huge problem there and around most of this country. You know, they become a fire hazard, they just make forest fires so much worse, and they just pop up like weeds. And if you can brush your fields and keep them down, great. But if you buy a piece of property and you've got cedar trees everywhere, this might be the right tool for you to start plucking them out of the ground. Again, I guess let's get back to work and see what we can get accomplished in the next hour.